as we prepare through the transference ranges of being. These viral natures, these viral tones of descent, of distortion. Armageddon timelines and tones through the feminine ranges, through the masculine embodiment, through the divine union template, Daini Chatokoj, sacred union, sacred divinity, sacred partnership, allowing the light source to enter, to illuminate, to bring to the surface the distortions, starting to clear through the feet and the lower back, allowing this to rise through the heart, through the matter state, and clearing through the mind. The distortional perspectives, the distortional arrays through the essence tone of the light field. Where we no longer need to hold in through the mind these constructs of being. Where the mental ranges through the essence tone were designed to compartmentalize, to encapsulate, to endeavor a measure of safety, but also a level of access to our internal light realm through the distorted atmosphere. No longer appropriate at this level of system dynamics, beginning to release through the heart range, through this emerald construct. Dahi shoho daka daka shashisha. Clearing the energies and messages of descent. Clearing these apparitions, this need for approval, this need for permission to be within one's own light range, unencumbered. Through the temples of the mind, clearing the programming, the mental restriction, the way in which the mind is continually re-informed to align to the control systems through our shadow aspects. And yet this is the work of the light. This is the role of the light being here, to understand, to feel this distortion, to know that something is off, and to seek a different path, a different way, a different alignment. It's a continuous conversation of harmonic awareness. This process of derealization through the impending natures of being. Clearing through the mind, through the vision. Allowing the body to rest and adjust here. Welcoming in your being as co-creator within this realm. transcending the body, transcending the human programming within the body. As the light enters, as the light clears, allowing the distortions to drop and release. Wherever this begins to feel awkward and uncomfortable, through the human, connecting through the mind, through your light, this presence and this awareness of the essence tone, through the Divine Mother range within the field, holding space, holding this alignment here as the field recognizes and attunes to its proper alignment and ordering. Allowing the feelings of resistance, feelings of the nightmare of this experience to rise, acknowledging and releasing these woundings, these transgressions. Acknowledging the pain and suffering, the sorrow. Allowing it to flow beyond and away from the body. Not being caught up in the narrative through the mind. Not allowing this to continually cycle and reprocess as the human being, but acknowledging and releasing as if the emotions rise energetically up through the body. Like an etheric presence that rises out beyond the skin and dissipates as it can no longer exist within this atmosphere here. Releasing the toxicity. Coming into the base of the ribs, the base of the lungs, through the left side of the field. Where there is still this density, this light density, this distortion, this deservability, this voice within the field, counteracting the release, the voice of dissent, the voice telling you you don't deserve, you can't be here, this isn't yours to access fully. You have no right to release. Who do you think you are? Where do you think you're going? How are you any better than anyone else? You must stay here in the suffering, suffer like the rest of us, suffer with the masses. Begins to appear like a dense cylinder. This sinking gut feeling, this weight through the field. Every time we start to receive the lift through the light, this energy comes in like a heavy weight to anchor down the will of the light field, the will of the body, the will of the human consciousness. Okay, so moving into the masculine ranges now through the back of the heart and the base of the brain. Wow, lots of pain here. Wherever the field believes it does not deserve to release from this nightmare, from this torture, from this hellish experience. Just allowing these energies to rise through the heart space. Not running, not being in fear, not being in resistance to what is within the field. Holding space, giving space for this to rise to the surface. Questioning one's worth, one's ability, one's capacity, one's skill set, one's knowledge, one's wisdom. Where does it stand? Where does it measure up in this physical reality? Noticing this feeling of weakness, this feeling of smallness. Bringing your source light in here into the base of the brain. Calling this forward. This false light construct through the field. This false light that makes one aware of itself as the light, but within the light, too small, not powerful enough, not aware enough, not having gone through enough initiation or rigorous training. Who am I to show up without the credentials, without the paperwork, without the passport, without the stamp, without the seal? All of these false indoctrinations, false permissions, which we allow to invalidate our presence through this physical realm. Good. Coming into the center of the heart chamber now and through the solar plexus. Being fully within your presence, within your knowing. Even though through the body it feels as if it's burning, twitching, jittery, shifting, holding into the heart space, holding into your light, claiming your space within your range here. Allowing the voices of dissent to release. Witnessing you within your fullness here. Can you withstand this vision of yourself here fully present? Can you stand within your own light presence and honor this being here? Soulfully present, soulfully aware. Clearing through the front of the mind. Anchoring in through the amber, through the abundance, through this presence, knowing the riches within. Unlimited access, full potential, always available, ready and waiting. Continuously flowing. through the left temple of the mind, wherever the resistance, wherever the fears start to creep in. How can you rely solely upon yourself? What if you have it wrong? Releasing through the back of the brain, the back of the skull, through the bones. Clearing through the cellular fields, the biochemistry. This skeletal range of the kosha within the field. The shadow ranges. The echoes and voices of the past from soul lineages where beings are within transition, within distortion, echoing through the field. Recognizing this wave pattern through the feminine range. This is not your soul expression. Bringing in source light here to release this through the back of the field. Wherever we are feeling as if we are leaving others behind, or wherever we are experiencing guilt and shame about moving forward into the light, this is that resonance through the field. Releasing through the throat. Releasing out of our communication system. The echoes of the past. Bringing source light into the back of the crown. Fully releasing. Stilling. Coming back into center, into your heart space, into your awareness. As it is so.